Can barely hear.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our regular scheduled board meeting at ALCOSAN. We will begin with the roll call of board members.
Ms. Smith? Mr. Shea?
Here.
Mr. Weinstein?
Here.
Dr. Gilliam?
Present.
Ms. Wilson?
Here.
Mr. Reachaw?
Here.
Mr. O'Connor?
Here.
Again.
If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ms. Smith?
Okay, thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. For everybody viewing, obviously, we are still under a quarantine across the county, but we are making accommodations here at the plant. I want to thank the director, all of the directors of all the departments, the executive director, Arletta for all her hard work, and all of our employees that are continuing to go through this process with us. We'll begin with public comment. There is nobody signed up to comment in the public. So we will go to the report of the 2020 operating costs and revenue. See Exhibit A, Mr. Inks.
Mr. Chairman and members of the board, this is the return of the monthly budget. We start with the first quarter every year through March 31st. We're very pleased to present to you. We have collected $45.9 million, roughly 24% of our first quarter budget, while spending down only 21.5% of our budgeted operating expenses. So through the first quarter, on a cash basis, we are in a solid financial position, sir.
Thank you very much. We will now go to action items. I need a motion to approve last month's board meeting minutes. Second? All in favor? Aye. Okay, we will now move to Exhibit B. Item B is the invoices. Can I have a motion and a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, we will go to action item C, motion to authorize specific advertising bids. Exhibit C, number 1, contract return activated sludge pipe and pump replacement. Director?
Mr. Chairman, the contract is laid out fairly well in Exhibit C. This is for return activated sludge system. There's work that is required as the ongoing plant expansion makes its way through the entire facility. Again, as documented in the exhibit, this addresses it.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, now we'll go to Exhibit D, motion to approve the following contract 1717 OMB building leaks to Caliber Contracting. See Exhibit D, Executive Director.
Mr. Chairman, this is for the operations and maintenance facility. There's some leaks that have developed that need to be addressed. The bid response is a bit more than we had anticipated, but it is specifically associated with the COVID-19 supply issues. Still good bids, and we recommend you award.
All right, can we have a motion and a second?
So moved. So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, items E, F, and G. There was a professional services meeting held on April 8th. Exhibit E, motion to approve the following services. Item 1 for G. Stevens Company under the agreement for engineering and consulting not to exceed an amount of $923,000 to perform the work at the laboratory, industrial waste facility, and parking garage. Executive Director.
Mr. Chairman, this is bringing back the fee to the board for the services that you had previously awarded. I would point out, as was addressed with the Professional Services Committee, this simply deals with the pre-construction services. Even though it's a CM authorization, this will not cover the actual construction phase of work. We'll come back to the board with those fees.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Item 2, for MS Consulting, under an agreement engineering, the project at Homestead, I believe we talked about this a couple times, transforming 12th Avenue project.
Yes, sir. We did speak about it several times. This again is bringing the feedback for what was previously awarded. Excellent negotiation, good fee.
I need a motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 3, for GAI Consulting, under an agreement, engineering consulting services not to exceed $44,400 for the ongoing stack test.
Mr. Chairman, this is ongoing emissions testing for, that's required for sewage sludge incinerators. GAI has been providing the service and should continue.
Sounds good. I need a motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Item F, motion to award effluent flushing water system improvements to Wade Trim. Executive Director will negotiate a fee.
Yes, the executive director shall happily. The effluent flushing water system is an integral part of the operation. The board is aware that a significant part of what we, or maybe not significant, but part of what we treat, we were able to use and significantly reduce our potable water cost by being able to reuse the effluent. Part of the ongoing plant expansion went through the competitive process through professional services. Wade Trim is the recommended awardee.
Okay, I need a motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, item G, motion to approve modification services Mark USA to Government Affairs Division to create a customer relations management system. Director?
Mr. Chairman, Mark has been our communications consultant for several years now. This is an addition to what they have done so far. I would ask the Director of Governmental Affairs, Jean, to speak to it.
Thank you, Arletta. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have found that we have difficulty at times reaching our municipalities in a time certain. Up until recently, our only way to do it was to send out bulk emails, which meant we had to send them out 20 at a time over a course of a couple of days in order to reach everybody. In addition, we have found that in some cases, the municipal managers do not share the information with the elected officials, and we find it much more helpful to have them know what's going on in many ways. So this provides a very robust customer relationship management system for us to do that communications.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, item H, a motion to accept proposals recommended by the authority's risk management to ALCOSAN for the period May 16th, 2020 through May 16th, 2021. See Exhibit E. We did have an executive session to discuss this as well.
Mr. Chairman, I would ask the Director of Finance and Administration, the links to speak to it briefly.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, as you know, every 3 years, the authority goes out for a major remarketing of our property casualty and workman's comp program. This year, as in the past years, That effort is led by our risk management consultant, Mark McCall from Tucker Johnson and Smelzer. We are pleased to present to you a program that not only enhances the prior program, but comes in at a even cheaper price. On top of the 1.5 that you see in front of you, the authority also purchases federal flood program insurance as well. Those two combined still come in under the 2020 budget for those allocations. If there are any questions, I am here. Mark McCall is with us on the line as well. If you have any questions.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
I think it was.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item I is to approve the GROW grants, see Exhibit F.
Mr. Chairman, simply
Simple.
an additional extension of time for these three projects that are on the PWSA list.
All right, I need a motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And last item is J, motion to authorize the executive director to execute the instrument for declaration of registration for new vehicle maintenance garage, stormwater management plan, and record it at the County Department of Real Estate. I think that's pretty straightforward.
Mr. Chairman, briefly, an IDRC is a mechanism to ensure that whatever has taken place on a piece of property is maintained and continues through the life of that property, even if it transfers ownership. That is my simplistic engineer's representation of it. I will defer to the solicitor if that is necessary. This closes out the stormwater management plan for the new vehicle maintenance facility.
Okay, I need a motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, there is no new business. I want to thank board members for working with us through this process. I think we all want to say to all of our employees and everybody out there, continue to be safe, and hopefully we will get through this relatively soon. Our next meeting will be May 21st, 2020. Thank you.
Thanks, Gordon, and everybody.
Thank you, board.
Thanks for
Aye.
coming.
Board.
I just want to be clear that I was on the whole time. I unfortunately forgot to unmute